Welcome to the weekly Metals, Money, and Markets update for the week ending Friday, July 1st, 2016, hosted by Mickey Fulp, the mercenary geologist, and for miningclips.com, I'm Eric Birch. Hi, Mickey.
Hello, Eric.
Well, July 1st marks the beginning of the second half of this year's trading, and it appears that major indices have recovered from last week's sell-off, returning to pre-Brexit levels. But before we get into that, let's start with the metals, where gold showed continued strength, but I think the real big mover here was silver.
Well, gold was up 2% over the week to 1341 and a 9% gain over the month. Since the first of the year, gold's up almost 25%. But like you say, the real story this week is silver. It finally made the rally that we've been talking about. You know, we've been talking about this ratio being way out of whack. And so silver rally was on the horizon, and it actually happened over the last 2 or 3 days. Closed up the week a whopping 11% at 1967. Broke through resistance on Wednesday of $18, which it hadn't been at for, I don't know, a year and a half or something like that. And blew right through that. And so the next heavy resistance is going to be at $20. The way it looked today, it may blow through that one too. And what we've really seen is a drastic fall in the gold-silver ratio. Even from yesterday, when it was 71, it's 68 today on this rally in silver. The other precious metals, the other metals all had good weeks. Platinum up 7.5% to 1058. Palladium went above $600 for the first time in about 3 months. Closed at 604, and then also a really nice move by copper over the last 3 or 4 days. Closed the week at 222, up 5% on the week.
And moving on to energy, oil also showed some strong numbers this week.
Well, recovered from its Brexit hangover, up $1.70 over the week. Closed at 49.19 for a gain of almost 3.5%. That was, I think, to be expected. The fundamentals of oil look pretty good in that $50 range. And for, the third week in a row, uranium closed at 26.63, no change.
Right. And moving on to currencies, we managed to battle back on all three of the currencies we follow this week.
Well, in actuality, they didn't move, really. The dollar closed at 95.68, up 8 cents. The euro is flat. Canadian loonie put on about a half a penny, closed at 77 cents and change, up 0.7%. Those currencies really moved last Friday, and they've been pretty flat since.
Mm-hmm. Getting to markets here, the venture was up very nicely this week, but in major markets, the bulls are now arguing that in a low interest rate environment, there's really nowhere else to go but stocks, while the bears are believing that valuations and earnings are too high and due to correct. What are your expectations?
Well, here's what I know. I'm not sure what my expectations are, but the markets, the U.S. major markets, basically recovered their losses from the Brexit move, which surprised everybody a week ago yesterday. So the Dow once again at pushing 18,000, closed at 17,949, up 3%, a little bit more increase, 3%. S&P 500 breached the 2100 level again. Up almost 3%. NASDAQ was up a little bit more than 3%. Real story for us in markets with the continuing rally in commodities. And this is starting to look like an across-the-board rally. Oil, metals, precious metals, especially silver. Venture Exchange closed at 730, up almost 3%. I went back and looked from my monthly market reviews show, and the last time we were at these levels was in November of 2014. So what's that? A 19-month high for the Toronto Venture Exchange. That said, it's got a long ways to go, but more and more it looks like we're in the incipient start of a bull market in commodities. And if that happens, I expect it again to be sort of a secular move with some legs.
Well, it certainly hasn't been one of those years where sell in May go and go away was the right thing to do. It's picking up steam right in the middle of summer here.
Well, it's kind of unusual to see a commodity rally like this in the middle of the summer. Some people say we're not going to have a summer doldrums. It'd be pretty rare when we have not. But memory serves, 2006 was a year without a summer doldrums, and the metals just went up and up and up. So let's hope that's the case this year.
Well, thanks again for your analysis this week, Mickey, and I wish you a fantastic 4th of July weekend and look forward to checking in with you next Friday.
All right, thanks a lot, Eric. Happy Canada Day.